Hello, crafty friends. Happy Sunday. Welcome to Crafty Time. We are going to continue with our junk journal series. The first week, we talked about um, taking an old hardcover book and prepping that for a junk journal. The second week, we tea-dyed papers. Last week, we talked about signatures. And this week, we're going to talk about envelopes that we're going to sew directly into our signatures. So I already have quite a few papers pre-cut for this. So hopefully we can do 4 different types of envelopes to put into our signatures. So I'm taking an old junk journal again, and I'm going to show you some examples of some signatures that I put in the middle of a signature. So this was an envelope here. We are going to do this one today. This is going to be our first one. This one is super easy, and we'll do that one. Another one is this one. You can see part of the envelope there. And then the other part is, oops, on the other side, right there. And then, of course, you're not limited to just the smaller envelopes. There are larger envelopes out there. This one is a large envelope. It was one of those yellow manila envelopes that, that I made into to a centerfold there. And of course, here's another envelope. And just remember, when it comes to envelopes, you don't have to have it folded right in the center. You can offset it like this. For example, instead of folding it just like this, you can have it fold down here if you want. And that's exactly what I did there. Here's another envelope. This is a brown large envelope. And you can see the flap along that side. This was a larger envelope. And this is in the center. And again, I offset it and I made 2 pockets out of it. And then here's an envelope that I folded in half. This one isn't going through the signature, but I wanted to show this. And I created 2 pockets out of it. So I'm not able to show all of those different types of envelopes today just because of lack of time. I don't want to go longer than 45 minutes or an hour. So let's just start with an easy one first. So this was just a regular mailed envelope. And what I did was I cut it along 3 sides. And I also have 2 papers that are cut to size. So this one's easy. What we're going to do here is we are just going to take this, glue it all down. We're going to punch some holes on the side on each one. And we're going to have it so that this envelope here is going to have 3 different pockets on each side. So let's go ahead and start this one. So what you're going to need with this one is you're going to need an envelope. You're going to need paper that goes all the way to the edge or close to it. And you're going to need a punch. Oops. And I'm going to use this punch here. It's just a little oval punch. So before I get too far, I'm going to go ahead and punch the side here. Try to make that even. And then I'm going to punch it here too. Oops. And then for these, so for this paper, what I did was, I don't remember the size of this envelope, but I did cut it down a little bit smaller. And what I think I might do is just cut it a little bit more in. So this way I have staggered envelopes. So I'm just going to cut like an inch off of this. So see, it's just a little bit in there, which that's fine. Now, if you're concerned, like if you have a piece of plastic here and you're concerned about that breaking down over time or whatever, you can take another piece of paper. So let's go ahead and do this one here. I'm just going to, what am I going to use? I think I'll use my glue. Probably won't. Will that stick to the plastic? You know, I'm just going to go with, this. Put more in there. So to save time today, I'm not going to do my inking on everything. If you want to do inking while you do this, of course, you can just pause the video and do that. Okay. There we go. Crises averted. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good there. I could also cover that that section with a little piece of scrap, which I think I will. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll just ink that after this video. So I'm going to go ahead and punch this. There we go. Okay, so when I go to make this pocket here, I'm actually just going to glue it along the edges. And you only have to do it along, because I'm putting this in a signature, you only have to do it along the edges, the two long sides, just because we are going to sew it into our signatures down the middle. There we go. So we've got that. And then on the other side, I'm going to do the same thing. Okay, that one I already cut the size, which is good. So I'm just going to take my punch and punch this. Yeah, you know what? I think I might, it's going to bother me if I don't do this. I'm just going to do the edges. There we go. Yeah, that makes it a little bit better. And then I'll finish the long edges after the after the live today. Wow, my glue is out. Okay, so we're just going to go along here. And along that edge. There we go. And so now to finish this off, we are going to add glue just along this edge. Now, you might have tape and you're thinking, why not use tape? The thing is, if you're going to use these pockets, like sliding anything in and out, whatever you put in might stick to the tape. So with the glue, that eliminates the sticking of items going in and out of your pocket. Yeah, so after this dries, I'm just going to fold this to wherever I want it to, and this will be in my junk journal. So with this one, we're going to have one pocket here, one pocket in the middle, and then one pocket on the other side. And then the same over here, 1, 2, 3. So we have now created an interesting little feature that's going to go into our signature that will, house some, little pictures or journaling note cards, or whatever you want in there. So that was really simple, super easy to do, and like once I get to this and put the distress ink on it, or the ink, just to make it look older, this will look really nice. So that's number one. So the second one is taking an envelope and actually taking advantage of the window there. So there's a couple of different ways that I do this. The most simple way, I think, is to take your scrap pieces. Remember last week when I said you're cutting down your signatures to keep all your scrap pieces. So like, here's all my scrap pieces. And you can actually just take your papers and piece them on here and piece them around the window. So again, what I did was I took this envelope, I cut it along the 3 sides. And first, I'm going to make a pretty something behind that window there. So maybe I will take, I could put that in there, or I could, should have pulled this out, put like some musical notes back there. So maybe I'll do that. That's interesting. Maybe I'll go this way. I think that's upside down though. Ooh, I like that side. Okay, so I'll cut this down here. And again, I'm just going to take my glue stick. I'm moving quickly here. Usually I put this on a book or something else to use my glue stick. So to make sure I'm lined up well, just kind of put that behind there. Just kind of lay it in and then fold. There we go. And so again, this part is super easy. So you can just take, I'm just going to put just a little bit around the edge. Yep. I am going to use a book now, just because I don't want stuff all over my mat. Okay, so I'm just going to lay that right there. Yeah, so what I did was I just kind of figured out how big this is, and I just cut a piece of paper that would go there. And then the same with this. You know what? I think I want to slide that underneath there. So I'm just going to take a little bit of ink, just a little bit, on that edge too. Put some glue on it. I'm just using my glue stick today just because it's handy. So I'll probably be using that most of today. Slide that across there. And again, like I could have torn this like I did with this paper, but that was already cut, so that's why I did that one. And I've got this little piece here. It's a little tie-dyed piece of ledger paper. Oh, that looks good. Just put just a little bit more ink around the edges. Okay. And then this beautiful piece of scrap from when I made the signature last week. I'm just going to put that on there. Isn't that pretty? Since this one is so big and thick, I am going to use glue with this, just because I want to make sure that this pretty piece is held down well. So, have you been following along and making your junk journal as we've been going through the parts? I hope so. I hope you're having fun. I hope you're having a good time collecting your bits and your interesting little vintage things for your journal. Yeah, so isn't like that's super easy, and like look at how cute that looks. So again, with this one, it's it's how do you want this pocket to be in your book? So do you want it opened on the side like you did here, or do you want it open from the top? And what I think I might do is I think I want this to be. I think I want it to be from the top. So I'm not going to put the paper on this side just because there's nothing special going on the back there. But you know what? There could be. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this one. So I'm going to grab another piece here. Actually, that one was pretty close, isn't it? So I'm just going to take my little ruler right here. And you know what? I'm just going to trim it down just a smidgen. Take this side down and this here. And I know it might look a little weird having two sides cut, but I don't think my ruler will work with only a little bit to tear off. Oh yeah, that looks good. Okay, so I will quickly go around this. Some ink. What I like about this too, this is a really thick piece of paper. So maybe I'll make this another pocket, another little pocket here. So I'll just get really close to this side. That flew. And then a little close to this side too. Okay. Oh yeah, that looks good. I'll just kind of go around the side really quick. Perfect. Oh yeah, that looks good. Like that. I'll put like a little piece of lace or something right there. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue. Actually, I'm going to, should I fold this? No. So I'm just going to put glue along this side, and of course along the bottom. was super easy. And then on this side, I will punch on this side too. And right there. And we'll go ahead and distress that just a little bit. There we go. Oh, let's dress it back there. Oh, it looks good. Okay, so all we have to do now is just glue along the edges. Don't have to go all the way across like I just did, but that is okay. Yeah, so that worked out well. So when this dries, I'll fold this. We'll have a pocket here, a pocket here. And now with this new addition back here, we'll have a pocket here and a pocket here. Like I said, we're going to sew this right down the middle into our signature. So we're going to get 4 pockets just out of this. Oh, I can't wait to decorate this. I'm going to put like little lace on it and little postage stamps. It's going to look cute. Maybe some flowers. It'll look really nice. Okay. My desk is looking like a mess. Okay, so that's that one. Super easy. Love the way it looks. And yeah, once we decorate, it's going to look really nice. So looking forward to putting that one in my journal. So let's say you want to put a window in, but you don't want to piecemeal it like what we just did on the last one. So this one, you will need to have like a foam mat. Excuse me. This one is not, it's spongy, but it's not like a sponge. Like let's say, let me pull out another one here out of my drawer. I'll show you. Like this one is like a sponge for like washing dishes. I find this one doesn't work as well. Excuse me. But this one, it's just thicker. And it pushes down, but not as much. So just like with the other envelopes, I have cut this on the top and along the sides. And what I want to do is I want to have this guy, or this pretty image, as one piece and then a window there. And then I'll probably put, something pretty behind there like I did with the last one. So a good way to do this is you just I'm cut this a little bit smaller from the envelope, and then I just put this in. I just kind of make sure that my paper is leveled out. You don't have to cut it smaller. I just cut it smaller because I like a little bit of trim. And then I'll go down just a little bit more, I think. There we go. You take it's one of these utensils. It's a flower forming utensil. So it's got like these 2 balls on it. You have different sizes too. Like this one's a little bit tighter. This one's not as tight. But I try to go with like a bigger one because I don't want to cut my window there. And so let me just make sure I'm lined up again. And you just go around the window, just the outside with the ball. You're pressing down, but because this is a ball, you're not cutting through your window. And so you can't see it, but it's, oh yeah, there we go. We're catching it right there. You can see the line there. So I'm just going to take this. I'm just going to use my ruler and X-Acto knife and cut this. The windows are the light's really bright on this, so hopefully I'm lined up well. Not used to having this much light on my paper. Okay, so it's from here to there. Oh shoot. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm cutting that part out. Yeah, it's really bright and the paper is reflecting. Hopefully I cut this well. Oh no, which I just did not do. I'm just gonna redo it here. Oh yeah. Whoops. Sorry about this. I'm just going to I can't see the line. Darn it. Okay. So my window might be a little bit off on this one, just because of the glare off the paper. But I think you can see what I'm doing here. Yeah. I cut that wrong right there. Darn. Yeah. Cut that little piece off. Okay. So there we go. We've got that. Gosh, it looks awful right there. I don't want to cut that because it's okay. Anyway, so that's that. So let's go ahead and add some distressing to it. Whoops. There we go. I'm just going to add some ink to the outside too. Yeah, like I said, it's not the best cut, but you can see what I'm doing. Grab this again. Okay. So we're just going to put that right there. Yeah, it's not one of my best cut jobs, like I said, but it is a junk journal. And yeah, it will be fine. So I'm going to put another piece of something here. It doesn't show up very well. Don't like that. Oh, music paper. Still have that piece. So I'm going to do the same thing that I did before. I'm just going to put some of this behind. Now, if you're concerned about this catching, what you can do is you can just do a whole sheet of paper back there. Isn't that pretty? I'm liking that music paper back there. It looks really good. And again, I'm going to have this also as a top fold or a top pocket. So I'm just going to glue it just along the edge there. Like that. That is pretty. And maybe on the back. Oh, isn't that pretty? Man, that's really pretty. I am going to do another pocket along the back. It looked nice on the other one. So why not do it again? Oh, don't you just love vintage photo? So pretty. Okay, so I've got that. Then I'm going to go along the outside. And there's a little tab there that's coming up from the envelope, from the flaps. So I'm just going to glue that part down. That is lovely. Absolutely lovely. So with this one, it's going to be all 3 sides, just like what we did on the last one. I'm moving quite quick here, so my lines weren't too straight. Yep, so like with this, I'll put a strip of lace or something right there, and maybe some, a cluster on one side. And with this one, I might put like a postage stamp there, just make that look really pretty. Isn't that lovely? That's going to look great in the book. I like that one. Okay, and so the last one, this one's the easiest, and I love doing this. This one, we are going to sew it into our journal through here. And after we sew it into our signature, after we sew it into our signature, what we will do is we'll just glue it so that it will either be glued along this side or be glued along this side. So I can't show you the gluing part when I'm done because we're not sewing into our signature today, but this one is so easy that I couldn't not show you. Like, it's such a great way, again, to use up some envelopes that you have. And it's a great little detail in your journal. So if you're liking what you're seeing, if you like the envelopes, make sure you leave a little comment about that. If you have anything that you would like for me to do on future videos, leave that comment too. I'd love to hear what you would like to see. And also, if you if you want to follow every week, I would love to have you as a subscriber. And make sure you, as the kids say, smash that like button. That really helps out a lot. So this way I know what you guys like. And also it helps get the videos out there so that other crafters can craft along with us. Okay, so with this, how do I want this in here? Because you know what? I'm really liking the idea of adding extra pockets. So I think I'm going to have it so when it goes in the journal, after I sew it in, I think I'm going to have it so that it's glued along this side here and this side here. So this way we can have a pocket in the middle, and a pocket on the other side. So let's pull out our punch again. Then we'll go ahead and do that. So, if you're wondering where I got these images from, I went to a church book sale and it was buy a bag of books, and I think it was $10 or something like that. So, I went in with my little grocery bag, and they had a lot of old, like vintage books there. I picked up this. I picked up some kids' books. I picked up the Emily Bronte book that I showed you guys last week. Picked up that from there. Like there were a lot of good finds there, and it was only $10. I could barely carry it out to my. Actually, I gave them more money just because I felt so bad about taking so many books from them. Um, but yeah, there were so many books that I don't know how I carried it out to my vehicle. But it was a good find, and again, it's a good cause. Like, you know, they were helping out the community. So, yeah, kind of like that. Isn't that nice? So, yep, like I said, we'll have that. We'll have this. And then we'll glue it along the edge, and then we'll have one in the middle. Wonder if I should go. Yeah, I'm not going to. I'm not going to mess with this. I was just going to keep it as is. I think I might put a little tab there so that, yeah, whoever receives the album will know that there's a pocket in the middle. So yeah, wow, we did really well. We did 4 different ideas for envelopes in 37 minutes. So that's really good. Yeah, so thank you very much for stopping by and visiting this week. Yeah, so we just upcycled some envelopes, which is great. These will be sewn into our signature, which will be some nice little additions, interesting additions into our junk journal. And next week, I have company at my house next week, so I'm unable to do a live next Sunday. If I do, it might just be for a card. I don't know if I'll have time to prep for sewing in the signatures. So it's kind of up in the air whether next week is a live or not. I don't think it will be though. But the week after, I should be able to do the next part in the series, which is the fun part. It is sewing in the signatures to our books. And I'll share a method that I like to use, and it has nice, clean results on your spine. So thank you again for stopping by. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. Leave some comments. Tell me what you like to see. And if you're following along and making a junk journal too, I would love to know. So thank you again. I hope you have a happy crafty day. Bye.